What's up, world? Lee here with Sticks, Strings, and Other Things, my teeny tiny little corner of the internet where I come to you every other week to chit-chat with you about all of the crafty things I've been getting my hands onto. Today is February 17, 2026, and this is episode 125. I have had a slower start to my day, which means the sun is coming in this window. It's not usually something I have to worry about in February in the Pacific Northwest, but the sun is out and it is cold for us. And so therefore I'm fighting some sun. Slower start makes for problems. So I'm going to be a little stripey for part of the time. It'll go away soon. But I didn't want to wait any longer because I want to get this done. I have things to do today. I should have been more conscious of my time this morning, and I was not. Anyhow, what have I been getting myself involved in? I've already told you about the weather. They've put snowflakes on our forecast. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But snowflakes? We need it in the mountains. We desperately need it in the mountains. Oh my God, do we need it in the mountains? But it's not going to happen down here where I live. Now, let's get into the crafty stuff. What have I been getting myself in? You might notice I'm wearing a thing. Why, yes, I am. This is my spun Flora. It is finally blocked, and I am wearing for you today. I have a couple of finishes. This is one of them. It is finished. It is washed. It is blocked. It has two arms. It's too cold to wear a short sleeve top right now, so I do have a thing underneath it. Here is the lovely yoke. It goes down to about my hip bone, and I adore her. I'm sorry about all of the stripenings. Isn't she lovely? She's a pattern by Wool and Pine, and I am in love with her. I think she fits perfectly. She blocked out to maybe a ½ inch longer than I intended, which is not bad. I could probably scooch it, or scooch. It would be scooch it if I wanted it a little bit smaller, and it would work. So I think it's fantastic, and I love how the color work turned out. She's beautiful. This was made with Crow and Crescent yarn. Their DK weight, which is their Triton base. And the colors Void and Flesh Wound. But it is finished. She is lovely. I am in love. Almost all of the puckering did block out. There's a teeny tiny bit that didn't. So, I mean, it's fine. Everything's good. What else have I finished? Well, a couple things. Yeah. I was really nitty lately. I also finished my Melt the Ice hat. Now, I did slightly change the pattern for my Melt the Ice hat. And I am a little bit more French Revolutionary than the intended Norwegian look. Sink me. This whole revolution yours. Monstrous intolerable. If you've watched The Scarlet Pimpernel, the movie from the 80s with Anthony Andrews and Jane Seymour. Sink me. Just say it. I loved that movie. I own that movie. And I need to watch that movie again. Because I'm feeling very, very French Revolutionary right now. Anyhow, this is my Melt the Ice hat. This was done with just a random fingering weight yarn that I had in my stash. I think it turned out lovely, and she's actually very fun to wear. I love this. I love this little tassel bit. Absolutely adored this. It was fun. Fun to wear, and I have been enjoying wearing it out. But I do feel a little French, which is why I'm wearing my Foucault's pendulum earrings. It all makes sense in my world. Oh, I didn't even talk to you about my tea. Scattered morning this morning. I'm drinking some tea. Obviously, I always drink tea. This one is Plum Deluxe. It's Amour Blanche Black. It was their February tea of the month, this month. And it's pleasant. It has some cacao nibs and some coconut pieces in their black. They have black tea let me read the ingredients to you so you know what I'm drinking, because it's very important. If you like tea, this could be good for you. Black tea, green rooibos tea, cacao nibs, coconut pieces, blackberry leaf, blue corn flower petals, coconut/white chocolate essence. Now, only problems I have with this is white chocolate isn't chocolate, and you just shouldn't call it that. You should just call it white candy. But it is a pleasant tea. Just a hint of coconut. I actually like that this one isn't overly coconut. I enjoy coconut, but this one is not overly coconutty. Very tasty. I'm very scattered this morning, so I should actually welcome everyone. Hello, my name is Lee. I think I already covered that. I was so excited to talk about my finishes, and I haven't even talked about them all yet, that I completely got discombobulated. If you are new here, I'm often more put together than this, but not by much. If you are returning, you know this is a little more scattered than normal, but not by much. I hope you enjoy, no matter what. I hope you enjoy what I have brought to you today. So, we've got the finish. We've got the finish. I've got yet another finish. I know. Again, it is in the knitting world. I do cross stitch as well. Don't worry, people. If you're here for cross stitch, I do that as well. I just happen to be very heavy in the knitting lately. I finished an old project. This one has been on my needles for over a year, maybe over 2 years. I'm not exactly sure. This is the Recollection wrap, and it is done with Recollect by Farmer's Daughters Fibers. When I pulled it out, I was here. That's where my stitch marker was, and that's how much I had done. Since the last time I filmed, I have finished her. She is not washed or blocked because I finished her the other day and I knew she wouldn't be finished in time. But I do have this lovely, squishy, I think it's Rambouillet, shawl all finished, and she's just a delight. So when she is all delightfully finished, she'll just be super warm and squishy like that. Isn't that fun? It was a very easy pattern. The yarn is squishy and delicious, and the colors are fun. So there is yet another finish. In the knitting world, I have done well. Oops, I just knocked down my Grim Reaper. I should pick him up. Poor Grim Reaper, here you go. Let's put you back up. There you go. So in the knitting world, I have been very productive. In the stitching world, I have as well, just not with finishes. I did do a lot. I did. So let's get into that, because that is all of the finishes. I mean, 3 knitting finishes in a 2-week period is pretty decent. I'm gonna polish my halo pretty nicely there. I finished 2 new ones, and an old whip is now off my needles. So I'm feeling really good about myself. Now let's get into my stitchy whips, because I have a few. I kind of touched a lot of things. I kind of did. The first one I'm going to show you is my Thriller by Sampler Cove. This is the one that last year I used as my whip into shape with Andrew the Runner Stitcher. I am not joining him on his new adventures, his walking adventures. I am not joining him this time because I just kept going on my Thriller piece, and every Sunday I roll a 4-sided die, and that tells me how many stitches I should put in it that day. 1 to 400. That's it. Roll a 4-sided die, you've got 4 times it by 100. And this past 2 weeks, I rolled a 4 and I rolled a 3. So I ended up getting 772 stitches in. Apologies for the stripings, but that is just where the sun is at today. So I finished all of these insidey bits for this band. This is 1/2 on a 40 count. I don't remember what. It's an ancient piece of whip. And I am using 2 Vicky Clayton silks, one of her Oh My God Reds and her basic black. I am nearing the end of this piece. Once I finish this middle spot, I repeat this border here, and then I put this border all the way around the rest of it. a lot of work has been getting done by me doing it this way, and I'm enjoying it. Sampler Cove. Thriller. Let's put you over there. What else have I worked on? I worked on my 100 Stitches a Day piece. 100 Stitches a Day piece. I am doing the word plays by Brenda Gervais. When I started the year, I had through March done. I have finished April, and now I am working on May. This is the one that was in the naughty corner last week, or last time I filmed, because I had put things in the wrong spot. And so, last Tuesday, 2 weeks ago Tuesday, or was it Wednesday? It might have been Wednesday. I pulled this back out, and I started in on 100 Stitches a Day again. And I have slowly been making some decent progress. This is where the mistake happened. I put this wheel down off the H instead of the O, and I had done all of this and all of this, and I'd done this before I realized that no, it wasn't matching up. So I had to pull all that out, which is why it went in the naughty corner. But since then, I pulled out what I needed to pull out, and I have continued to work merrily on this 100 Stitches a Day, and it is done through today. I do believe that I will be finishing this one before I film again, in which case I will start with June. I am making a change here. I have decided I want a French flag. I'm feeling Frenchy, what could I say? Touche. You see, I'm a bit of a poet, and you did not know it. Apologies. So, I have the blue and the white stripe. Do I have the white stripe in? Yes, I do have the white stripe in for my French flag. I just have not yet put in the red stripe of the flag because I haven't started going down here or down here with where red came out again. And there's going to be a beehive down here. You can see it better in person, but there is a white picket fence here where there's going to be a gate and more white picket fence. See it? It's there. You can see it better in person. More flowers here, actual leaves on the flowers here, stems on the flowers here. I don't remember what goes there. But hopefully in 2 weeks, that one will be completely finished. I think it will be. And yes, I will be working on June. Pulled out my and a 4 screw. This is the piece that I work on every single Monday, and I do a motif. I say a in quotes because if they're small, I do more than one. If they're large, I just do one. And I kind of had one of each type in the past 2 weeks. This is 1/2 on a 40 count Albarium by Cedar River Linen, and I'm using all the called for DMC. Oh. And a 4 screw, sorry. This one is 1/2 on 40 count Grog by Bestitch Me, using all of the called for. Occasionally, if I just don't have one of the colors handy, I fudge it. But typically, it's all the called for. This is Albarium with all the called for DMC. I did this tree here, which, oh, I wish you could see the colors. Do you see those purple flowers? There's 3 purples in each flower. And then I did these 3 trees and the little mouse rat guy. So that is where I am on this one. I apologize for the lighting today. I probably should have waited until the sun passed, but I will know better. I've been doing this long enough. I know better. I have things I need to do today, so I'm going to film now. We'll just we'll fight the sun. I'm not used to having to do that. I'm in Washington State. I don't have to fight the sun very often. Anyhow, I am understanding better why all of you complain about the sun. It is not something I typically have to worry about. But slowly but surely, this one continues. I do enjoy it. It is every green that ever greened on the planet of green. but I do enjoy it. And doing it one motif a week-ish makes the color changes a little less daunting. A little. I also pulled out Jane Reese again. This is a Bristol Orphan sampler from the Scarlet Letter. She is one of the pieces that is on my focus towards a finish this year. I have chosen a whip from every year that I have whips left from, if that makes any sense. I came back to stitching in 2020, so this is the whip from 2020. And she is on, what is she on? She is on 50 count, I don't know what, 1/2, using a Vicky Clayton silk. And I finished this Greek key, and I started in on the name portion. The reason it looks kind of funny here is I wanted to finish that page because this is a paper chart, and I wanted to stop dealing with pulling out 3 pages for this. It's longer, it's more than 3 pages. The bajillion pages I have for this last section. So I finished her name, so I finally have Jane Reese's name on here. And then I went down and I just filled in what was left on this page. And I'm feeling really good. So I still have the rest of the name. It says North Wing, New Orphan House, Ashley Down, Bristol. And then there is another key, and I think there's a cat for that middle section. And then I still have all of this portion, which is a bunch of bands, and then more of these corner pieces. She's looking so good. Oh my God. I love her so much. She's just so pretty. I'm focusing on a finish. I hope to get her finished this year, but I may not, which is why I'm saying focus toward a finish, not focus completely to get to the finish. I don't know. Semantics at that point, but they make me happy. I also pulled out Maidens of the Seasons. This is my Mirabilia. This is also on my focus for a finish. And this is from my previous to stitching, coming back to stitching in 2020. This is my whip that's from that grouping of whips, the very old whip. This is 2/2 on a 28 count Serendipity, I believe, by Sugar Maple Fabric. They are long defunct, no longer making fabric, no longer dyeing fabric. It's an opalescent. I'm using all of the called for. And I got to the beads. Yes, up to the beads. I beaded Winter. She's got all her beads. Let me pull her forward. See all those beads at the bottom? They were a pain in the butt. Then you come up, there's beads. Look at all those beads. More beads. Even more beads. And tons of beads. Look at them all. Oh, she's so good. So I beaded all of Winter. That was 520 beads. I just want you to know that. I have never counted beads. I was never counting my stitches back when I was doing Mirabilias. So I don't know how many beads are in an average Mirabilia. But there were 520 just in Winter. And I think spring has more. But Winter is 100% done. Everything. And she looks amazing. I mean, I really wish you could see all of the sparkle that these beads give it. The white ones are a matte kind of bead, which I think is really fun with Winter, but the rest of them are very sparkly. So shiny. So pretty. And the next up will be spring. And she has 1,000,000 beads. And then summer. Who also has 1,000,000 beads? And then autumn. Again, 1,000,000 beads. I think it'll be interesting, now that I'm counting stitches, to see how many beads are in each season. Is there a season that's more beady or not? I don't know. I think it'll be neat to find out. So now we know that Winter Winter had 520. Who knows how many the rest will have, but I know that now at least. She is slowly moving towards a finish, and I'm very excited about her. What else did I work on? Right. This is my 12 by 12. I've used it for the last 2 years. I did an hour in each square for my 12 by 12, and then last year, and then I did 1,000 stitches in a square each month. So square 1 got 1,000 in January, square 2 got 1,000 in February, and so on. And then this past year, I did another hour in each square, and now I'm doing 1,500 stitches in a square during the month. Or I'm aiming for 1,500. So far, for the last 2 months, I've made 1,500. We will see if that continues. I will at least get 1,000, but I will hope for 1,500. So I was working on the church. Oh, yeah, so good. By St. Peter's Church and St. Peter too, I will not make him there a joyful bride, is what I thought the entire time I was working on this piece, as soon as I put St. Peter in, because I like Shakespeare. And it says in the bottom in white, it says St. Peter's Church. So, and by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, I will not make him there a joyful bride. Juliet, Romeo and Juliet. Act 2? I don't remember. That white picket fence was a pain in the butt, but it is done. And there's still a lot more to do. But I finished up the church, I finished up the steps to the church, the white picket fence, and the stained glass in the church. And then I started in on the hills. So I've got part of one here. Obviously I haven't done the other one over there, and there's still a ton more green to go. Plus all of the back stitch for the trees. That is where that one is. This one is almost finished. It just has this bit of river left. And so in March, when I pull it out, I will be working on the City Hall. And we will see how far 1,500 stitches get me in that one. But for now, here is where Village of Hawkrun Hollow is. This is 1/2 on a 40 count sand dune by Lakeside Linen, and I am using a Vicky Clayton silk conversion. And I think it's looking absolutely fantastic. The 1,500 stitches, it's only 500 more than last year, which I guess is almost half. I mean, it's half again what I was doing, but it really seems to be pushing it that much farther in each square, and I am enjoying that. If I finish a square, and I still have stitches left, how I'm going to work it is whatever leftover stitches I have will go into the first unfinished square until it is finished. And I'll continue to do it that way. I have no clue how I'm going to, it obviously is not going to get finished this year, and I don't really know yet how I'm going to adjust how I'm working on it next year, but that is later Leah's problem, not currently Leah's problem, so we're fine. I also worked on so many whips this month, so many whips. I worked on my Modern Folk Embroidery Little Acorns. This is 1/2 on a 40 count Salt Ash by Cedar River Linen, and I am using a Roxy Floss color, the Pinot Noir, which I am in love with. I love the Pinot Noir. It is such a great color. I am doing 3,000 stitches on this every single month, but I have changed the chart. I have taken out some bits. So this is what my very impressive cut and paste skills have given us. This is what mine is going to look like. And I'm doing 3,000 stitches a month, like I said. So I am here on it. A goodly bit done on that second band. I have so far ignored every single one of the bumblebees that's in here because they have backstitch. And I haven't done it yet because I'm doing this one off of, not Pattern Keeper, or it is Pattern Keeper. Pattern Keeper? Yes, Pattern Keeper, which doesn't show backstitching. I know there's a bajillion bees in this second border, which I will do next month. And I am loving it. I have one entire card of Pinot Noir in here, and I have broken into the second one. I love the Pinot Noir. Isn't that just an amazingly gorgeous color? I'm just going to hold this up so you guys can appreciate the beauty that is modern folk embroidery. And yeah, I love Jacob's pieces. They are so pretty. The only reason my stitching looks so good is because I have great charts to work from. It's not me, it's them. And I think that is all of the stitching whips that I worked on. I'm going to pause for half a second and clean up a little bit, and I will be right back to show you what else I've been working on. Were there any new starts? We'll find out. I'm back. I do have one new start. It is from the Knitting World. I have started another of my Flock Fiber Festival pieces. So, last summer, Flock Fiber Fest happens in Seattle. I have a rule that I have instituted for myself that I cannot buy new yarn unless I have used the yarn from the previous year. So if I get a DK weight quantity of yarn and I do not use it and finish the project before the next flock, I cannot buy another DK weight quantity of yarn. This was also a flock purchase. That's why I'm pointing at it. I finished this one. This means I get to get a DK weight yarn. Yeah, so I finished 2 of my projects that I purchased at Flock last year. I am working on a third. I bought 4 total. This one that I'm working on is the one that I'm doing with Plies and Hellhounds. It's on her Nectar base. It's a 60% superwash merino, 20% yak, 20% silk. So it is wonderfully drapey in her colorway Belladonna, because Belladonna is a very dark purple black. That is what Belladonna looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? I have started the Oakhaven tee, and it is by, one moment, it is by Carrie Bloomer. It is a bottom-up fingering weight tee, and you'll have to excuse since it is not blocked, since I'm just working on it, the bottom keeps slipping up. And here is where I am so far. It has a V of lace that you make in the front, and then there's a teeny tiny V of lace in the back. I'm nowhere near that point. So right now, bottom up, going roundy knitting, and I am starting in on that lace panel right here. It's looking good. Love it. Bottom up. So you can't try it on, but I think that'll be okay. I am loving that lace panel. I'm barely into the lace bit, but I'm getting there. I'm just doing some little tiny bits, which you can't see at all because of the sun. There we are. And in the back, you also have that ribbing portion through the center that at the very top will have a V of lace. I'm very much enjoying it. Hardest part of this piece was deciding what size to make, because I didn't fit well in the sizing. The sizing is a decent range. It's just for how I want it to look on me, I had a hard time. Also, I'm still haven't gotten adjusted to my current body shape, so I've been not doing well on choosing the right size of my stitches. Like this one probably should have been a size down. It probably should have been. This is it's a little bigger than I wanted it to be. I got gauge. I just made the wrong size sweater. I should have sized down. On this one, we'll see if I made the same mistake. I was contemplating doing one size, and then I went, no, and I went up a size. We will see if that was the right choice or the wrong choice. since it has such a large lace portion up the front, I know I'm going to be wanting to wear something underneath it, which is why I went up a size, because I want to be able to wear something underneath it, because it is a very large lace portion in the front. So I will want to be wearing like a tank top or a camisole underneath it. But tank tops and camisoles don't actually have that much bulk. So I might have made a mistake. We will see. We will see. I will finish it and I will wear it and I'll be happy. But I may curse myself and go, Lee, just trust yourself and use the size. Use the right size. I measured myself and everything and I was like, So I am doing the 44-inch size. And I probably should have done the 40-inch size. We will see. 40-inch still would have given me positive ease. Just, yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is the one I'm working on. I'm very much enjoying it. I'm loving how this color is, and I am, as you can see, it flips up because it has not been blocked. I love the drape. I love the drape with the yak and the silk. I mean, look at that. It is just so drapey, and I have a feeling that that will really help open up this lace panel here. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I am being a little bad because I'm not alternating skeins. I'm not alternating skeins. I probably should be, but I'm not. Here are the other two skeins for the project. I may only need one of them, but when I purchased it, it was for a specific size and I would have had to have broken into a third one, so I bought a third one just in case. But they are very, very close. They are very close. So I am being very dangerous. I'm living dangerously today, or for this project, and I am not alternating the skeins. But these are the other two skeins that I have for it. If I end up not needing that second skein, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it, but I can't complain about having another yak silk skein. It's fingering weight though. Why do I love fingering weight projects? Why? They take forever. I do love the color. I do love that color so much. It's such a good purple. Look at that. Anyhow. That is my only new start. There will be more. We'll get to that in plans. I'm going to do acquisitions really quickly because I have several. You see, 2 weeks ago on Friday, there was a pop-up shop at the store I work at, and it was Fiber Hustle, and I haven't gotten to play with much Fiber Hustle yarn, and also Chip was there because he's part of Fiber Hustle, and I got one of his chip bags. I got a chip basket, and that is what my Oakham tea is living in. I love this basket. It is so good. It is so nice. I absolutely adore it. So I picked up a chip basket. Is it called a chip basket or a chip bag? It's called a chip basket. It snaps at the top if you need it to. I'm just knocking stuff down. That was my poor Skelly. He fell down. And you can just do, and you can walk if you want. And it just sits right next to me. And oh, I'm in love. As long as my cats continue to ignore it, we'll be good. Ooh, doing the splits there. Oh, Skelly, doing the splits. That's gonna put you there. You're not gonna stay, are you? I'll just shove you back. You can levitate. So you don't want to overpack it because the snap is a really loose. It's a lightweight snap, which is fine. I love the fact that the snap has their. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see that. The snap has their logo on it, and I think that's adorable. But it holds a lot. As long as my cats don't realize and start trying to dig out my yarn out of there, everything will be well. They haven't yet. So while I also bought, I also bought yarn. Do I need yarn? No. Did I buy yarn anyway? Yes. I bought this. It is Witch's Dress, which was a one-of-a-kind. So I bought all 4 skeins that they had for sale. It is on their Superwash BFL nylon base. And look at that. It's just so pretty. I love it. There were technically 5 skeins, but, and I forgot his name, the dyer for Fiber Hustle. He kept one of them because the skein kind of fell apart, so he's like, I kept one of those. And then I was like, I need this. I bought 4 because I don't know exactly what I wanted to do with it. Since then, I think I've come up with a plan for 2 of them, which means I have 2 extra. We'll see what I do. But for 2 of them, I haven't decided which 2 it's going to be. I think I'm going to make myself a new rocket tee in my current body shape. Because I have a rocket tee, and I wear it all the time in the summer. But I have a feeling this year it's going to be not appropriately sized for me anymore. Therefore, I need to replace it because it is a wonderful top. And I need it. So I think that's what I'm going to do with 2 of these. But I'm working on another flock piece first. I didn't just break into the new yarn. I am doing my plans first. So I get to sort of polish a halo even though it's kind of tilty and crooked right now because I bought yarn. I also bought one more skein. I bought this. It's called Rio. And yes, it is based on the colorway of the Duran Duran album, Rio. Because that's what Fiber Hustle does. A lot of their, well, I don't know if about a lot. A selection of their variegated yarns are based on album covers. And so when they're at a pop-up, they have the album and then the yarn for the album. And Duran Duran's Rio, come on, how could I not? Look at those colors. It's so good. Anyway. Acquisitions. Love them. And then, this past weekend, Red Alder was happening in Tacoma. It's a very small knitting fiber. It's a small fiber event that's happened in Tacoma for a while. It used to be Madrona, and then it turned into Red Alder. New people have taken it over this year, and you could tell. In a good way. When I went last year, it was kind of... The vibe did not pass the vibe check last year. And I'd gone several years to this event. And last year it just felt... People felt uncomfortable. That's how it felt to me. It felt like people were not comfortable there. Went this year, it felt a lot better vibe-wise, at least to me. We'll see. I bought yarn. I had to buy this. I saw this yarn and I went, I need to figure out what that needs to grow up to become because it's so good. And I had to think, and then I figured it out. It's going to be an Isabella Kramer cardigan. I think it's called the Mabel. It has some lovely, it's an open cardigan. There's no buttons or anything. And there's some cabling. What yarn did you have to do this with, Lee? Let me show you. It is Gadget Woolen Works Riverbend. So, on their tag it says, our newest yarn featuring a fine wool blend from sheep in the Mountain West with a hint of San Juan Island Romney for color and strength. So this is one of their new bases. They mill it up at their mill up in Mount Vernon, which I now need to go to when I run out of yarn. That'll never happen. Whatever. And the squish on this, I wish you could feel it. It is a heavy fingering weight, but it is so light. It's so light. It's just so, I love this. Anyway, I got 4 because that is how many I'm going to need for the project. And this is just the color of the sheep. I know I tend to do nice, dark, moody colors, but sometimes you need to let the sheep be the sheep. And that's what this is. This is just sheep being sheep. And I love it. And I really wish this was Squish-A-Vision because I think everybody needs to pet this yarn. Everyone needs to pet it and go, oh, that's nice. I'm in heaven. I am in absolute heaven. Do I know when I'm going to start this? Not a clue. Not even a clue. Not even a little clue. But I want it to be soon. Because I want to play with this yarn so desperately. The feel of it. Have I mentioned I love this yarn? I also picked up some more wool wash. The one I have in here is lavender and cedar. I picked up 2 others. I love their wool wash. It's Wool & Co. I have some of their liquid wool wash, but I love the bars as well. because you put your bars with your yarn, and then your yarn smells like lavender and cedar. And it's great. Oh, it's just in the bag that I had. So that is 900 grams of yarn that came in. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get yarn out, and that was just 900 yards that came in. But I finished my recollection wrap, which was, I don't remember how many grams. So, yeah. It's a good thing I'm doing a lot of knitting. Let's just say that. It's a good thing I'm doing a lot of knitting. Oh no, my tea's getting cold. That's tragic and awful. It needs to be drunk before it goes cold. But those were all of my acquisitions. Lies. I have one other acquisition. It's in the stitching world. I can't help myself. When pretty samplers come out on that Facebook page where you can buy the special orders, I bought Susan Little 1844, and obviously since I have it already, I did buy it. Yes, the first day that they said they were going to be selling it, I got it because the women with the little hats on their heads, I love it. I am going to be changing the verse. I'm going to leave the last part off, and I'm going to change. It says, let me read it to you first. It says, "'Tis a point I long to know, oft it causes anxious thought. Do I love the Lord or no? Am I his or am I not?" And that is the quote. I am leaving off the am I his or am I not, and I'm going to change it to, "'Tis a point I long to know, oft it causes anxious thought. Do I love the world or no?" Because I'm kind of feeling that way right now. So that's how I want to change it. The birds are amazing because they're eating little berries. The birds are eating little berries. At least the bottom birdies are. And then you've got the crazy deer, and you've got these funky flowers, and anyhow, I liked it. So I got it. And yes, the verse, I believe, is over 1. I chose the overdyed cotton version. And it is on, I don't remember what you were on, Valley Forge by Needle and Flax, a 40 count. When am I going to start this? I don't know. But I did buy Susan Little, 1844. She did this at age 8. Age 8. Yeah. No. I was not doing stuff like that at age 8. Not even close. But I put it in a bird bag because it has birds on it. And the birds are eating little berries. The bottom birds are eating little red berries. And the crazy hats on the ladies. I like samplers. But they have to have something that just makes you go, yeah, I like that part. I need to do that part. And she's not tiny. That's the other problem with her. She's not tiny. Let me tell you just how big she is. Because she's not a little girl. She is, are we going to tell me how big she is? 227 wide, 293 high. So she's not ginormous, but she's not little either. I mean, she's no Bristol, but yeah. Why am I doing that? I don't know. But those were the last of my acquisitions, which is good, because I don't really need anything, and yet here I go. Oh, I think I bought a couple DMC, which, yeah, I did. I bought, I think, 2 DMC because I ran out of them. I don't think that counts as acquisitions. I'm not going to show you a skein of DMC. Not a single one. No. Okay, I need to finish this because it's pretty much cold, and that's just not great. Yeah, no. All right, let's get into plans. Because, oh boy, do I have plans. I have so many plans. Will I be able to do them in the next 2 weeks? Well, a couple of them, darn tootin' right I will. Oh, I should have brought that. Oh, I will. It'll just take a second. It's all good. The first plan is today's plan. It is the 17th of February, which means it is a new moon. I will be putting this up on the 18th because I don't like to pressure myself to try and film and upload on the same day. I just don't like that pressure. So this does go up on Wednesday. I will have started this by then. What will I have started? What was my new moon, new start for February? I shall show you because I haven't yet started it, but this is today's plan. Heartstring Sampleries Hope Song. Oh yeah, I have the whole thing, including the finishing stuff. Will she ever do that? Who knows? Isn't she pretty? I love her. I love her so. So that's what I'm going to be starting. Exciting. And it's in this cute little wintry bag because it's still winter in February. So that will be getting started. Yes, it will. What else will I be working on? I'm going to be pulling out my Middle Earth map. I want to get some stitches into Middle Earth map. She needs, I think it's 5,000-ish stitches to get her to 10%. And I'd like her to get to 10%. I don't have her handy right now, or I would show her to you. That is something I definitely want to work on. I'm also going to pull out my 2021 start, and that I have for my focus on a finish, focus towards a finish, which is Lady Lazarus by Monster Bubbles. I haven't shown her since my Whip Parade, I don't think. I don't have her handy right now. I will be working on her as well in the next 2 weeks. What else will we be working on? Well, obviously Thriller, because she comes out every Sunday, and of course Screw, because she comes out every Monday. I will now show you plans that are going to move into March, and I'm showing them so that people can plan and get their ducks in a row, or their squirrels at a rave, whichever way you want to work. Mine is more like squirrels at a rave than ducks in a row, but that's fine. I will be doing a couple of new starts next month. I will have my New Moon new start, which is going to be Song of the Nightingale by Modern Folk Embroidery. Hold on just one second and I can show it to you. So, Song of the Nightingale. I haven't really done much with her yet. She's still in, I put her in a bag, but she's still in the envelope she came in. So I will be starting this one for my New Moon new start in March, which I think is on the 16th. I did not double check the actual date. I will be using all of the called for. I'm not going to put that back in there. Actually, I'm going to take everything out. There we go. So I have some speculoos. I have the Roxy Floss. I have this. So good. And now that it's no longer in the mailing bag, it fits in here a lot nicer. So that'll be my March New Moon new start. I will also be starting, well, that's a bird, so it fits. But I will also be starting a specific bird for Melanie from Uplift Stitches, her birthday. Stitch along. March is her birthday month, and she's having a birthday. I am joining a couple of people, and we have all decided to start the Cardinal. Yes. So we will be starting that. I know it's in March. I think we were saying the 8th, I think. I can be wrong about that. But this one will also be started. I have pulled some of the DMC. I need to double check that I have all the DMC. But I still have a couple of weeks before I start this. But this will be a start for March. And it will be on this lovely, lovely fabric, which I don't remember what I grabbed. I don't remember. I don't think I grabbed Legacy Linen by Picture This Plus, but it could be. I don't know. What are you? Legacy Newcastle Linen. 40 count. Evidently that's what I grabbed. I might change my mind. Maybe I'll put her on a gray. Okay, he. That's a boy. Maybe I'll put him on a gray. I think a gray would look pretty. I might have to, but there might be gray. I'm going to have to play. But that will be one of my starts for March. So this is my 2 planned March starts. Song of the Nightingale and the Cardinal for the birthday month. That's hard to say. That's really hard to say, I just want to say. Very difficult to enunciate birthday. Birthday. That's because the DTH, that's not something American mouths do. Doesn't work. Very difficult. Other than that, what other plans do I have? Well, I'm going to continue to work on my Oakhaven tea. I will continue to work on, like I said, Thriller and that, and Hope Song, and Middle Earth Map. That probably will keep me pretty busy. If I'm getting tired of my, sorry, my hair is getting in my face. If I am getting tired of my Oakhaven tea, I might look at pulling out one of my older whips, knitting style, and getting some working on that, because I've been trying to go through some of my older bags and going, what's in here? Oh, I should finish that, and trying to get some finishing in. I definitely had started a lot of things that were easy to knit. It's like it's been stressful over the last 5-6 years, and I put a lot of them away because, ooh, the sun went behind a cloud. Wow, that was sudden. I got a little bored, I think, with them, so they kind of got put away because I have too many of them, and so I'm trying to pull them out. That's why I'm loving the Oakhaven tee, because it's roundy, 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 interesting, roundy, 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 interesting, roundy, roundy, roundy. Okay, roundy, roundy, interesting, roundy, roundy, twisted rib. Not all that interesting, but it's not just knit stitches. And then roundy, roundy, interesting. And I'm very much enjoying that. Although I will say this. For the Oakhaven tee, you definitely have to read the entire directions before you start it, because it has, not in these words, but in the intent, it has, and while at the same time. Like I said, not in those words, but in the meaning. Now, if you're not a knitter, you don't understand what that means. Let me explain really quickly. You're knitting along in a pattern, and it tells you to do this chart 4 times, let's say. So you do a repeat, 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 repeat. And then later on in the pattern it goes, and while at the same time as you're working on those charts, you're going to need to do these decreases or increases or this other thing over here. And if you haven't read through the entire chart, as you should before you start a knitting pattern, you should read through the entire thing. Do as I say. Not always as I do, but I have done appropriately this time. Do as I say. You don't know that it's coming unless you already have read all the way through it. And sometimes you'll have done all this stuff, and then you get to the point, and now at length 420, or line 420, I'm making up numbers here, you should have split for the sleeves. And you're like, but I'm on 840. I have to rip all that out. Anyhow, it has 3 different spots. 3 different spots where you're like, and well at the same time. Again, not in those words, but in the same intent. While at the same time. It's kind of like for cross stitch when your borders meet. If they do, you feel solid and happy, and you can go on with your stitching life and everything is well. Or they don't meet and you go, and you have to figure out what the mistake is. You have to figure out, is it worth fudging? Because you can fudge that. You can't fudge the knitting equivalent. Well, it's not even equivalent. Bad allegory. Never mind. Bad example. Not going to work. I'm going to be really smart right now, and I'm going to put a progress marker on my Oakhaven tee. Because they're sitting right here, and they're pretty. And I can't open it, because they're annoying. I'm going to put this progress marker on my Oakhaven tee, so you all can see just how far I got. Because it's exciting and fun, and I enjoy that. And I think I'll do it on the back, because I don't have to worry about lace in the back. Look, there. Progress keeper. Anyhow. And while at the same time. It's fine. It's fine. I read ahead, so I'm prepared for it. And I've made notes all over my pattern, because I'm prepared for it. I am not getting row gauge, because I never get row gauge. But that's fine. It's fine. I have hiccups now. Not great. I do believe, oh, and my 100 stitches. I will work on my 100 stitches. I was thinking of plans again. Plans. Yeah. Feels like I'm going to be really, 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 really busy and all that for the next couple of weeks in my crafting, and that's good. And I already did acquisitions, so yeah, I need to get knitting and stitching because I have way too much stuff. It's just so pretty. I can't help it. I get more. What can I say? It's lovely. So lovely. So very lovely. Love. Life. Life. Not much. Not much. I went to Red Alder. Got some lovely yarn. And yeah, just kind of keeping to myself, doing my thing, going to work, playing games. Like I'm pretty boring. Trying to not read the news too much because depressing. stressful and depressing. But that is what it is. That is what it is. Other than that, yeah. Not much really going on there. All is well. In my tiny little personal bubble, things are fine. Not so great in the outside world, but my teeny tiny bubble is okay. And I'm gonna go with that. And that, I think, is everything I need to talk about, because otherwise I'm just gonna babble, and you don't need that. You don't need the babbling. You don't at all. No. I was just remembering I bought an extra skein of yarn at Red Alder, and I didn't show it. So that means I have 900. No, I said 9. I had 1,000 grams. 1,000 new grams came in. If you pause for just a second, I will show you that yarn as well. It's only one skein. I forgot to grab it. I just realized that. I'll be right back. It's this. Do I need more self-striping yarn? No. I have a whole bag of it over there. Do I need more? No, but look at that blue. Look at that blue. It's so gorgeous. It is a 2-color self-striping. And it's called When Speaking Fails, which seems appropriate for me stumbling over my words all the time. When Speaking Fails. I love the blue. And this was the last one. When I picked it up, this was the only one they had. I didn't need more than that, but oh, I love those blues. They're intense. So, yeah. I also didn't bring my solstice socks. I have gotten more work on them. I am through the heel on the second sock, but I will show those when they are finished. They're just my travel project, and I forgot to grab it. But there's that. I think that's everything. The sun's coming back out. It's now moved enough that I'm no longer stripy. I probably should have waited until now to film, but I'll be honest. I want to spend a lot of time on this. And I was lazy this morning. Didn't get going as early as I wanted to. I had to take care of a couple of things. So I started filming late, which means this got pushed off. And that makes me sad. So I'm going to film. Well, I did that. I'm going to edit, and I'm going to upload this for tomorrow. And then I'm going to get started on this. I may not get to my Oakhaven tea at all today. I already did my 100 stitches on my 100 stitches a day project. I already did that this morning. So that means Just Hope song. Oh, I will talk about one more thing. Nashville Needlework Market. I've got a wish list. I've got a huge wish list. I think I'm not going to purchase anything off of it because I don't need to start any of the things anytime soon. But have you seen Beth Twist's All Creatures Great and Small? Yeah, that's on my wish list. Have I finished His I Was on a Sparrow or Consider the Lilies? No. Have I started either one of those? Yeah, I've started Consider the Lilies, and I've barely gotten anywhere on it. Am I still going to be purchasing All Creatures Great? Yeah, I'm going to, because they're such pretty pieces, so I need it. Also, Kathy Barrick's Moon. It needs to be on a dark blue, and it gives me life. I want it so. And there's cute little orange octopi by someone, and there's an anglerfish, like a lanternfish one, and I have a wish list. I do have a wish list, and I think I'm just going to continue to let my wish list grow and be, because I don't need anything right away. None of these are charts that are just going to poof disappear. They aren't. So I can wait, but I do have a wish list going. There's a couple things on it that may always just be aspirational, and maybe that's fine. And not maybe that's fine. That is fine. And maybe I'll never purchase them, and that is also fine. And that's why they're going to live on my wish list for a while. Yeah. Because I don't need more things. I really don't. I want them, but I don't need them. And on that note, I'm going to take my Hope song and my knitting. I'm going to go edit. And I'll see you all in 2 weeks. And I hope the end of February goes well for you, because 2 weeks. It will be March. It'll be March. I don't know when in March, but it'll be March. Happy days. Take care of yourself. Enjoy. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. Bye.